Whoa. I'm about to go jogging, y'all. I wanted to stop by here real quick. Morning, y'all. Morning. Good morning, everybody. So good to see you here. Who do we got? Butterfly Jones is in the building. Step on in, ladies and gentlemen. Just in case you haven't been following, there's an odd cult leader. Without getting into this cult leader's whole story for my new subscribers, we're just gonna say this cult leader said some strange things, right? Like real men are supposed to dominate everything around them. Y'all remember that? Good morning, y'all. And do you also remember a recent interview with a guy known as the Elder who was wearing a dashiki? We're going to get into the issues that Nature Boy has with men, and I want to try to connect all the dots from the beginning, my friends, and this is going to be short. You know what I mean? It's going to be short, people. Make sure you press the like button whenever you come up in somebody's crib. No, not just somebody. Whenever you come up in my live, go ahead and press the like. Good morning, KJ. I want to catch y'all before you go to work. Make sure you remember to study people if you can. Noche, good morning. To study people if you can. Ladies rarely really study their men. Men rarely really study their ladies beyond the backside and beyond the boobs and beyond wondering what that mouth do. What that mouth do, girl? I mean, not all men, of course. Some of us are sharp. Let's talk about the men that Nature Boy, this guru, has bumped into in his life. Yes, he is a roach that needs to be exterminated, I think. But if you ask me, Butterfly Jones, in a sense, Nature Boy has already been exterminated. I mean, if you really think about it, Eligio was exterminated. What I mean by that is, the first memory I think Nature Boy has of men is when some guy had him feeling up on and sucking the dick of another boy. He was humping boys, doing those kinds of things as a kid, humping boys. And you know what? Then he went to jail, as you know. That's where he met more men. He went to jail, obviously. Single sex type of situation. All you're going to do is meet people of the male gender. He also was a gay escort. That means he met a whole lot of men. As a homosexual giver of head to men for 10 years. That's his other experience with men. Gay escort, gay stripping for 10 years, right? Then he becomes a guru. Well, I guess as a barber he bumped into some men. But then he becomes a self-proclaimed guru online. He has followers come along with him. What does he get? He gets offered 80 acres, 40 acres, whatever. He gets offered a lot of land by Phoenix Rising himself. Y'all remember that, right? Again, this is Nature Boy out here trying to do his own thing, trying to be his own guru, and trying to get all the credit, probably. Respect to Phoenix Rising for offering him a whole bunch of acres for them to set up their whole thing. Right? Y'all remember that. Other men he's bumped into, the Costa Rican police, heard him talking shit. They busted in, threw his ass in jail. So, ladies and gentlemen, I talk about this as an introduction to the conversation I heard a couple days ago, and I think other people are recording and posting about it. So I'm not going to have the audio here or the video on this channel because I'm assuming you all have seen it. But it's an interesting video because, as you know, Nature Boy allows people to call in, Q&A, discuss some shit, right? An elder calls in wearing a dashiki and a bald head. Long story short, because this elder actually approached Nature Boy, and I'm using his own words, he approached Nature Boy with love. He straight up told Nature Boy, I've been following you, brother, and this dude is older than me. I've been following you, brother. I love you, brother. Brother, I love the shit that you're doing, brother. And I'm a man. But you know what? Let's talk, brother. Let's talk, brother, about this old definition of manhood you got. Yo. So he proceeds to give his definition of manhood to Nature Boy, which is to provide. And he's like, hey, look, Nature Boy, why are you out here getting donations and shit? Why are you out here asking for money when that's your job as a man, to set up a shop? He's asking Nature Boy, why didn't you buy land with all the money? He said you must have gone through $500,000 by now. So the last thing he offered before there was a huge misunderstanding, and you know how Nature Boy does, the last thing he offered was, he said, you know, you're going to have to do some work, but, oh, well, yeah, any video I've made about Nature Boy has never really come from Nature Boy's channel, Queen Asada, so you're all good with that. This one I saw was on Tiffany, the Philly Bruja. But I think other people have made a video on it. Maybe did Jazzy G make a video on it? Probably. Tiffany Bruja made one on it this morning. Yeah, I don't know what happened with Nature Boy, but the last offer that the elder gave him was saying, hey, look, I'll tell you what. Go out there and find yourself 40 acres, and we can see how we can work something out. So it was almost as if he was... offering to help. So the way Nature Boy flipped it, Nature Boy, first of all, was only concerned with that man's definition of manhood. So Nature Boy took forever to talk about how he disagreed with that man and his definition of manhood. Nature Boy said men don't have houses or some shit like that. Nature Boy said real men don't have a job. Real men, don't borrow money from people. And worst of all this, the worst part of all this is that Nature Boy actually said that elder with the dashiki was trying to emasculate him by coming into his live chat to ask him, questions and to offer some help. So the weirdest part was Nature Boy saw it as this guy emasculating him, taking away his manhood. And the funny thing is, Nature Boy starts talking about, once again, because this is not the first time we've heard it, Nature Boy lets us know where he was taught manhood. Can anybody guess where Nature Boy was taught manhood up in here? What's up? Can anybody guess where Nature Boy said, yeah, Nature Boy said it was jail. Yeah, I think Fundi Fee got it on her page too. I think she's got the interview and her very unique breakdown. Exactly, Butterfly Jones in jail. And he speaks about it almost as proudly as he speaks about being a gay escort, that he did it well. But he said he learned manhood in jail, y'all. He was in jail for 5 years, or was that some sort of... He said he was in jail with real men. This was from age 16 to 21, he says. But now we hear it's juvenile detention, but he says it was real men there. He called them real OGs, all of whom think differently than that bald brother who was there trying to help him find some land for him and his people. It just so happens that the guy was actually probably going to offer $50,000 for them to have that place. $50,000. So, yeah, wherever Nature Boy was, he says he learned manhood from real OGs there. And that's the problem I have, right? That part right there. And then on top of that, when he's speaking about dominating women, he says real men dominate everything around them. And we already know, ladies and gentlemen, that in many, many prison systems, probably most, when you get up in that cell, you best believe the motherfucker who is already there wants to dominate that whole cell. Okay? And you got a lot of dudes out here who want to dominate their cellmates. That to them, that's the best way to operate. Straight domination, follow my rules, melanation, right? So the whole time he was in jail, he was probably jerking off, having gay sexual thoughts about the motherfucking warden. When Nature Boy was in jail, he was probably having gay homosexual thoughts about the warden himself, wishing he could be the warden, wishing the warden's spirit could be inside him, wishing, praying 5 times a day that the warden might look upon him favorably. You know, tap him on the ass a little bit, say you're doing a good job. Why do I think he may have been dreaming about the warden himself and all the power the warden has to dominate everything about him? It's simple. I mean, he favors P. Kelly 5 times a day. So the next thing you know, the dude's a gay escort. I mean, I figure, look, I guess Nature Boy figured when he went from prison or institution with OGs, whatever, when he went from that to gay escort, I'm thinking the bitch decided, you know what? I was giving up my ass, letting these OGs bust out my cheeks for cigarettes. And why the fuck can't I do it for some real cheddar, some real chicken? That's Nature Boy logic. And frankly, if any Nature Boy OG sees this video, chances are ain't nothing OG about you, dude. Chances are the OG stands for overly gay, dude. Because first of all, if you was a real OG to Nature Boy, what type of OG are you when your student or your dude you was OG over ended up a gay escort and a gay stripper, dude, down south of all places? What kind of OG are you? Overtly gay. That's what you are. And then Nature Boy's gonna pound his chest. I don't understand it, y'all. The domination, the rage, and then the pride on top of that. It's kind of weird, but we have to, and all you ladies must, learn what these dudes' relationship with men are. And as you can see, with common, formerly known as common sense, it happens to a lot of dudes who are touched early by men. Some men never really address it. Some men, like Nature Boy, end up enjoying it and becoming addicted to the dick. And then he goes to jail and he gets get a taste of the system dick, Babylon dick, felon dick, inmate cock, and he was totally fine with doing whatever he had to do for cigarettes. Whatever he had to do for cigarettes or protection. He let them dudes give him an injection. And this is why he's thinking about women the way he does. Oh yeah, of course. That's why, you can't really listen to the dude. He'll have you believing him. One day you'll be like, oh yeah, you know what that motherfucker just said sounded true, because you've been listening to the bitch all your life. He never says anything true. He never says anything true. But anyway, this is what is important. This is what I learned from that conversation. Because if you're talking to a dude like me, a dude who did not have a father in the home since I was 6 years old, you're looking, man, with sharp eyes at every dude you see. You're looking with sharp eyes to see what these dudes is doing and if you're going to be doing what they doing when you get older. So who was Nature Boy looking at? Dudes in prison, and he would go on to tell the elder that, hey man, you trying to emasculate me, man. Hey man, you know what? You could have just DM'd me if it's all about the money and if it's all love. And if you're trying to be an OG, you could have just DM'd me. Why you coming up on my live in front of 400 people offering me advice? That's not what real men do. OGs would have took me to the side. Right? It's the same in prison. You don't roll up on nobody in public in prison in any way for it to appear like you sunning somebody or trying to give somebody advice or that motherfucker needs your advice. That's prison shit right there too. That's prison shit right there too. He was like, nah man, you don't come on my live trying to offer me advice, which in his head means trying to emasculate me, trying to embarrass me in front of all my people, right? And then tomorrow he'll go, no weapon formed against me shall prosper, you know. But it was interesting because right off at the beginning of the conversation between Nature Boy and the elder, right, he even had to educate Nature Boy on the meaning of elder. Because he's like, I'm an elder, and as the elder, I have XYZ to say. And then Nature Boy says, whoa, 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 nobody said you're my elder. And this is when the dude had to say, look, I am an elder. That's who I am because of my age over everybody. So Nature Boy's dumb, and he doesn't have the type of temperament, the patience to understand that he's dumb and be willing to be taught. When you're dealing with a dude who never had a teacher, when you're dealing with a dude who's probably bitter for having had to do everything himself, bitter for having to swallow so much nutsacks, for having to bend over for so many dudes just to get by, just to get money, whatever, you would be acting just like Nature Boy. You would be acting just like Nature Boy. You would have the same opinions about women as Nature Boy. You would have the same opinion about what a real man is as Nature Boy. Because the dude is weird. You know, the dude is very weird. He thinks he's way more intelligent than he is, right? Imagine a kindergartner rolling up into graduation with other seniors talking about whatever. You know, we got the internet now. I know y'all are older than me, but we got the internet now. we can age quicker. What the fuck is wrong with your boy, Nature Boy? So it's because of his relationship. Now, that elder reminded me of Phoenix, who was also an elder of Nature Boy. Remember, right? Phoenix offered land as well. But what? Nature Boy would never be able to say he found it. He would always have to give somebody else credit. He would always have to give somebody else credit. So when this elder comes online and offers him advice and possibly was going to give him 50 G's, what did Nature Boy do? He took it as a threat. He knew that he wouldn't be able to say, you know, he did the land himself. He took care of the land himself, which does not make sense at all. Because it makes me wonder about his gay relationship with that other dude who I think might be elder. The little light-skinned dude working at a school or something. Maybe you have to be gay to get the good side and the backside of Nature Boy. Maybe you gotta be gay to get the good side and the backside and maybe the bad side of Nature Boy. Maybe you gotta be gay. Maybe when it comes to men, Nature Boy uses his butthole as a defense mechanism. And if you're a man and you're trying to figure out Nature Boy or get close as a regular person, you got to go through that portal first. before you can get to know Nature Boy. His butthole is like his defense mechanism, which is so strange, y'all. So strange. But I wanted to leave this message here, not be too long. So I'm about to go ahead and put this shit down and go running. But study the men, y'all. The only reason they have opinions like they do of men and women and the only reason they have the opinions that they do of men and women and the interactions between the two could be because they were touched regularly as kids. Maybe they liked being touched regularly as kids and continued maybe to touch kids regularly, and then next thing you know, he's a gay escort regularly. Gay stripper regularly. The type of gay stripper that would take two dudes in the back dressing room between his sets and top them off and ask them to toss it up and give up all their salad. He's very sick, and I think we've figured out the sickness a little bit. But it's just so interesting to see how he reacts to real people versus how he reacts to the dummies. And as you can see, there are many more dummies than real people. Hopefully, I got all real people up in this chat. This is your boy Marwan, about to go get his hustle on, about to go ahead and sweat before the day begins, yo. Y'all take it easy. Again, ask all the questions. Study your partners. And take it from there. Hopefully you're sharp. Hopefully you're a good study. Peace out.